ladies and gentlemen and ladies, girls and boys and girls. Oh, by the way, hit the subscribe button. I'm going to say that right off the muscle. Welcome back to our channel. Welcome back to our channel, Inspirational Minutes with David, the Optician. How has everyone been? How has everyone been? Yes, another amazing little time together with our talks and to go through that, to challenge your mind, to scratch your brain a little bit. I want you to get to the point where you are thinking, where you are being a critical thinker, where you are, you also are thinking outside the box. It's that time. So it's that time to think outside the box and to evolve. You know my favorite word? Evolve. Hey, thank you. Let's get right into this bill. Let's get right into it. All right? We're going to get right into it. And inspirational minutes with David today. It's properly titled The Lost Ones. Okay, yeah, I'm going to go through some news. But before I go through the news, the lost ones, I'm going to give you some slave code, the hidden mind program inside of language, okay? Give you a little bit, just a little bit of game. Oh, let me clean the glasses off. You know what I do and how I do it. The slave code, the hidden mind program behind the language. Now here's the deal. Like I always begin our channel. They say work, week, W-O-R-K, week, W-E-A-K, weekend. So work week equals work week. Work week, W-O-R-K, W-E-E-K equals work, W-O-R-K, W-E-A-K, playing with words. Weekend equals weekend. So weekend, W-E-E-K-E-N-D equals weekend, W-E-A-K-E-N-E-D. You feel me? You got it. You're rolling with me now, right? We're rolling together. So you arrive weekend, W-E-A-K-E-N-E-D, to your weekend, W-E-E-K-E-N-D. From your work week, W-O-R-K, W-E-E-K, because of the work made you weak, W-E-A-K. Now, they're called weekdays, W-E-E-K-D-A-Y-S, because they put you in a week days, W-E-A-K-D-A-Z-E. A break is called a break, a break, B-R-E-A-K. It's called a B-R-E-A-K break during your slave-filled day, because most slaves will break without the break. Our slave masters know this and provide the break because it produces more milk from the human cattle. So it provides more milk from the human cattle. The original break, of course, given to a slave came when they passed out from complete exhaustion or actually died. That's where the original term come from. They passed out completely. They worked so hard. They worked so hard that they was weakened through their work week, and they passed out from working. So yeah, it's crazy, the mind hidden code of words. It's right before our faces. And the slave owner would say, he's broke, B-R-O-K-E. broken, B-R-O-K-E-N, or taking a permanent break. Now, how do you pronounce work or work? It's W-O-R, right? That's right. It's pronounced war, W-A-R, and war, W-O-R, with a K on the end of it is work. War, work, W-O-R-K. Now, did you know that K is the Egyptian letter for death? So work actually means work plus death, D-E-A-T-H. Now, okay, we're playing with words. The lost ones, right? The use of a hypno-based language designed by human formers helps increase control over the slave class by planting the fertile subconscious with seeds of perpetual servitude. That means that this gonna go on and on and on. See, control is C-O-N-T-R-O-L-L, troll, con against troll. The con job designed for the trolls. Now, let's talk about some things. I don't get the news, but I get the news. They said, put the glasses on, clean them up first, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification, let you know our channel is on, let you know that we are here. All right, please do that. Help the channel to grow. Like and share. American teacher sits in a Russian jail. Worried. Nobody cares. The reason why I brought this up, let me get a drink. The reason why I brought this up is because we have Brittany Griner. She's a WNBA basketball professional female player. She went over there because she do her off season and she do their lead in Russia. So she come over there with some weed on her. Some marijuana in those, I guess the little things that you smoke. Yeah, she come over there with some weed on her. So they locked her up. She been locked up about 4, 5, 6 months. Now, they have an American teacher that's over there because they say that the press has been trying to get her out. They've been trying to get her out of jail or out of prison for like maybe a swap or trading prisoners. You know how the puppets and the elite, they all in it together, right? So this American teacher, he sits in a Russian jail. He was arrested last summer. After arriving in Moscow with a medical marijuana in his luggage. His name is Mark Fogel, I should say, F-O-G-E-L. Has a case that parallels the ordeal of WNBA star Brittany Griner. But his plight has mostly gone unnoticed. He's just a school teacher. They don't care about school teachers. That's why they pay them the way they pay them. They don't give a damn about school teachers, even though they give them the program to indoctrinate our children with the indoctrination of being a slave. The other American imprisoned in Russia has a name too. Again, his name is Mark M-A-R-C-F-O-G-E-L, Mark Fogel. He's the other American. They said he was always just Mr. Fogel. To the students, he entranced with lectures about the Cold War. But he is Mark Hillard Fogel on his well-worn passports, abundantly stamped from his many years of teaching international baccalaureate history courses in schools attended by children of the U.S. diplomats and the global elite in Colombia, Venezuela, Oman, Malaysia, and for the past 10 years, also in Russia. So, Fogel's charmed life has turned dark at the age of 60, right? He never sought notoriety, but he and his family slowly have come to the realization that telling the world his name could be his salvation. I mean, if you're going to get a woman who's playing WNBA, a basketball star, a puppet, why not get a teacher as well? You know how this country is. We're a little bit backwards and we do things backwards. So when you see things, we see things on fake news, fake media, social media, see things, look at it when you hear it, look at it and go backwards with the story. You might find a little bit of the truth from it then. Now for the past 11 months, Fogel, who has turned age 60, has languished in Russia's detention centers following his August 2021 arrest. Languished in their cells, trying to enter the country with about half an ounce of medical marijuana. He has been medical marijuana, prescribed in the United States for chronic pain after numerous injuries and surgeries. Now, first, he endlessly awaited trial, often in a crowded, smoke-choked cells. And more recently, he has been serving the first weeks of an incomprehensible 14-year sentence handed down by a Russian judge in June. So, they're saying his plight parallels a similar case that play big on news websites, lead cable newscasts, fake newscasts, and prompt white trash house pronouncements. The trial of WNBA basketball star Brittany Griner, who also was arrested for attempting to enter Russia with a small amount of medical marijuana. So you're not going to be able to smoke this up in Russia. And they're beginning to release the change with marijuana in the States. But over there, in Russia, you're not going to be able to just get high. If it's medical marijuana, they say, we control our own country. You don't control anything. So, remember the name, Mark Fogel. He's a history teacher. And he's been teaching abroad for a long time. He's married. He has children, and his mother have children. And Jane told her mother, which is his children, that he'll be back in 8 months. It turned out to be 27 years. He is, he's married to Jane, and they've been married 27 years. And she told her mother they'd be back in 8 months. So anyway, he's a teacher whose name is not being, not used in the same dialogue with Brittany Griner, all right? And as his body's falling apart, they say, because he has surgeries on his back and shoulder and knee replacement, the pain is never ending. He walked with a pronounced limp, and Mark Fogel, or Fogel, Fogel. You know how Will butchers the name. He's in Russia too. Are they talking about Brittany Griner? Man, how about a real teacher who's really doing some things as well, right? Oh, and by the way, did you hear about that we have a new political party here in the United States? They said dozens of former Republican and Democratic officials. What's the title of our bill today? It's called The Lost Ones. First, we talking about getting the basketball player. Yeah, she should come home too. But this guy, a teacher who helped people as well, a teacher, forgotten. We never heard of his name. But now, former Republicans and Democrat officials, dozens of them, will announce Wednesday next week, a new political third party to appeal to millions of voters they say are dismayed with what they see as America's dysfunctional two-party system. Threes starts the crowd. Or is it Three's company? I was lost in thought. Is it two or is it three? We have a two-party system. Now they're bringing on a third-party system. The new party, called Forward, will initially be co-chaired by former Democratic presidential candidate Andrew Yang and Christine Todd Whitman, the former Republican governor of New Jersey. And they hope the party will become a viable alternative to Republican and Democratic parties that dominates U.S. politics, founding members told Reuters News. So we have a new party. The merger involves the Renew America movement, formed in 2021 by dozens of former officials in the Republican administrations of Ronald Reagan, George H.W. Bush, Big George, Little George W. Bush, and Donald Trump. The Forward Party, founded by Yang, who left the Democratic Party in 2021 and became an independent and served the American movement, a group of Democrats, Republicans, and independents founded by former Republican Congressman David Jolly. The lost ones. Yeah, the lost ones. And I was going to talk about it, but I'm going to brush on it a little bit. Pastor Whitehead was robbed last weekend. The bling bling preacher. Look it up. These preachers that's robbing people, the lost ones, robbing the lost ones, are getting robbed as well. Should we show him pity? He was robbed out of close to $1 million worth of jewelry in church. Putting up in his Bentley, a Rolls Royce or something like that. So it was planned out. They've been watching him in Brooklyn. Oh, he had to go. You're already robbing the lost ones. They put him on the agenda as well. You see, listen, family. I have seen a lot of awakening ones feeling lonely as they have lost friends, family, partners, and I won't call them lovers, etc., etc. The lost ones, they don't want to hear about the ones who's awakening up to the BS. Now, this is due to your light body, your higher self, who is emerging and becoming one. Emerging and becoming one with you, recognizing them as energy vampires. Now, who is emerging and becoming one with you, recognizing them as energy vampires. Because everything is energy. Everything is energy. Waves, frequency, vibrations, songs, rainbows, with lots of nothing waiting to be something in between. Now, if you look at the emotional spiral photo, you see how the waves of moaning, M-O-A-N-I-N-G, and whining and fear, fake expectations, appearing real. And all the negative emotions are very, very low and negative frequencies. Okay? We're infinite energies encast in a human material body. Now look at the toroidal field. Look at it. Everything has one. That which is you and all around you. Trees have them, people, rocks, planet, stars, everything. Now if you allow negativity into your field, it connects to you. And negativity will drain your energy. It will drain your light, turning angels into demons. Wordplay, that is. Now, having a lover or friend who is an energy vampire is the worst thing. The worst thing as you being inside each other, tasting each other in the most intimate ways. These can leech off your energy forever if you allow it. And they will. Oh, trust me. I've been through it. I know. I've experienced it. I had energy vampires leech upon my world. And those who leech off your energy forever. And they will if you allow it. We teach people how to treat us. You know, we can't be part of the crew that's lost. We're the ones who are evolving. We're not lost. We leave that for the lost ones. Now, you cannot bring them up to a higher vibration, but they can bring you down to the lowest. Family members, especially mothers, who complain and moan and say spells are the most awful and negative things, using such codes and source code to override your own energy, are bad. And if they are in low frequency, as they are very similar genes in DNA to you. So you can link and take care. You can link and take care of yourself first. Because if not, it will pull your energy with low vibrations and low frequencies. You see, awakenings, when you begin to wake up, it's when you see the truth. And you see the truth right there plain clearly in your vision. And then you see the false negative energy. And you begin to remove yourself from being one of the lost ones. It's not selfish. It's essential. It's imperative. It's very, very important. You have not lost friends. They are the lost ones. They're not friends in the first place. Same with family, partners, etc., 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 etc. Now, you have clear blockages. You clear the blockage from your energy. Then you can grow your light without having it constantly taken from you over and over and over again. And you will meet real, true friends and lovers who are going to ascend, go higher with you. They're going to ascend up with the levels that you go up with you. Yes, sharing and growing the higher end of the emotional spiral. It's real. I know it feels lonely and confusing at times when you become awakened. But clearing the blockage is essential. It's a very important step in the awakening of the enlightenment. You become higher and higher and higher in different levels of your higher self, because you become the higher you, the source of everything, who made the gods too. When energy make it into our hearts, we're no longer living as the animal, low self, right? Programmed to be in certain ways, indoctrinated into the system. It's the beginning of an awakening to something more divine, people. We become more creative. Our minds are clear. Our pineal gland is clear. It's not cascaded again with a bunch of mud and fluoride and wow. You become awakening. You become more creative. We begin to see possibilities we couldn't see from those other levels of our spirit that we were in on the low frequencies. Now it takes a courageous heart to go against millions of years of programming, to open up this center and move out of it and be able to survive from what we have been through with the indoctrination. You see, we were once the lost ones as well. It feels counterintuitive in the beginning, but the side effect is this, that there are new ways of seeing your life. And when you realize that the whole universe The whole universe is a manifestation of your mind. The whole universe is a manifestation of your mind. You become omnipresent. You become everywhere. You become powerful. You become you, a God. And then the omnipresence is contained all of your needs. And all of your needs are met from within. If you made it this far in our video, hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell notifications. Let you know that our channel is on. Oh, yeah, you know what I'm about to say. And I'm going to start doing some series about my book. I'm going to go through some chapters, read a little bit with you. The Audacity Awoke, Kindle as well, $9.99. Amazon.com. The soft cover, $14.99. Okay? Support your boy. Thank you in advance. I love you too. Because I love me. And when I love me, I love you. And when you love you, you in return love me. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell notifications. And let you know that our channel is on. And thank you in advance. Thank you in advance. Listen. I love you. I love you in truth. Peace.